Hello students, today we will discuss about industrial utilization. This subject is for third sem diploma students, and in this paper we will discuss about the industrial utilization. This is the new chapter which is headed as your industrial, uh, you can say, drives or electric drives. So in this chapter we will discuss. So before starting the chapter, let us have a introduction. So in this we will compare about the AC sources and the DC sources, and the convenient sources of energy. So by obtaining electric drives, both AC and DC motors are used. So we are, you can say, employing both AC and DC motors for this electric drives. But AC is mostly preferred, right? The utilization of electric energy is always advantageous and is also cheaper. It is easily transmitted because we all know that the transmission of AC as compared to DC is easier, as well as it can be transmitted in a cheap cost, right? So it can be easily transmitted at a comparatively low line losses. It is easy to maintain voltage at customer premises within the prescribed limit, and it is possible to increase or decrease the voltage limits within the range. So by using AC we are having numerous of advantages. So the losses are also minimum. We are also able to send or transmit the voltage to the consumer with a minimum loss, and without appreciable loss. In spite of advantages of AC system, sometimes it becomes essential to use DC energy as industrial drive. So students, DC drives are also important in this industrial drives due to some of their advantages. So we will discuss, right? So the following are the application of DC. So due to the advantages of by using this DC supply, we prefer DC for your industrial drive. So what are these? Let us understand. So DC motors are used in industries where high accuracy of speed control is required. So it is needless to say that in your previous semesters you all have know that by employing DC sources or DC motors, the speed of the motor can be controlled very much accurately, and that is the reason why these industries where precise speed control is required, they employ DC motors. They are also used for traction purpose. In the application of very high starting torque is required. The high starting torque can be obtained by DC series motor at low operating cost. Now what are traction? For you can say railway engines. So those things can be those things are under your traction purposes. So there also this DC motors are employed. The another example, use is, or the advantages is, the battery charging and electrolysis. Already we have discussed about the chapter electrolysis, why it is required. All we have elaborately studied. Also, you might also know by the time. So for battery charging and for electrolysis also, DC source is to be employed. Now the fourth point, which is the last but not the least, the speed of AC motor is almost constant, whereas it can be varied easily in case of a DC motor. So when we compare a AC motor with a DC motor, we find surprisingly that these AC motors are run in a constant speed, almost constant speed, whereas this DC motors, its speed can be varied as per our will. So it is obviously advantageous. because we can change the speed according to our requirement. So thus for variable speed application such as lift and Ward Leonard system. So students, again this Ward Leonard system we have discussed in your machine EC1, that is energy conversion 1, in your 4 semesters. By using or employing Ward Leonard system of speed control, we can vary the speed very much accurately. So it can also attain a speed in the negative sides also. Already we have discussed and we know the system. So by employing this Ward Leonard system, the DC motors are preferred. Under electric drive, we will be studied the characteristics of a few common types of motors with a view to be able to select a motor to suit a particular drive. So students, this is very essential that before selecting a motor, we should decide which motor is suitable, because we cannot haphazardly select a AC motor or a DC motor. We also have to choose the requirement, and also we have to know thoroughly the qualities of the motor, and whether it can withstand the uh, nature of the job or not. So depending upon our requirement only, we will select the motor, and then its type, whether it will be AC or DC, it will be decided after that. So before this, however, the names of the various types of motor are listed. So what are the names of these motors? Let us discover. Common types of motor. The various types of motor which are normally consisted are listed. So what are they? Electric drives. An electric drive is defined as a form of machine equipment designed to convert electric energy into mechanical energy and provide electrical control of this process. So it is very important, students. Electric drive, short questions, it is quite regularly asked in your semesters. So we can define electric drive like an electric drive is defined as a form of machine equipment designed to convert electric energy into mechanical energy and also provide electrical control of this process, because after the motor delivers your mechanical energy, it is not that we cannot control the motor in the electrical side. We can also provide electrical control of this process, right? So that can be called as your electric drives. Now there are some types of motors in your screen, so let me just zoom it out a little. So DC motor, induction motor, synchronous motor, single phase series motor, which are also known as your universal motor, repulsion motor, 3-phase commutator motors, and then again they have been subdivided. So what are the types of DC motors? Shunt motor, series motor, compound motor, right? These are the shunt, series and compound. Now induction motor, 3-phase induction motor, single phase induction motor. Again 3-phase single induction motor can be classified as squirrel cage, slip ring type, which you might be reading in this current semester about in your subject energy conversion 2 about squirrel cage and slip ring. Now in single phase induction motor, we are again having shaded pole type and repulsion type, as well as your split phase type, right? So now you have universal motors are again of what type? 3-phase series motor, 3-phase shunt motor, scarge motor, and your induction motors. So these are the 4th type. Yes. So this was all about the types of motor. Now so nowadays electric drive is being extensively used in the industries because of certain inherent advantage over the other types of drives. Some of the advantages are listed below. So what are the advantages? Let us find it out. So the electric drive is being employed in all industries is due to the following advantages. So what are the advantages over its mechanical drive? Cost is too low as compared to the other system of drive. So comparatively this cost is so much low. I mean, low, that doesn't mean it will be very very few rupees. That means comparatively its cost will be lower as compared to the other system. The system is more simple and clean. See students, this point is very important, because if the system is simple and clean, we can easily increase its lifespan. If the system is complicated and is also very untidy or not clean, then what will happen? Its lifespan will be shorter and cannot be operated by any man. But here, as the simple is as the I mean the system is simple, we can easily maintain it, as well as the lifespan of this system can be increased considerably. The control is very easy and smooth. So the control is also very easy and it is also smooth. Why the word smooth has been written? Because the control of the speed is also very important here. So its speed control is also very smooth, flexible in layout. So it is also very much flexible. Suppose there is a drive and you have connected 5 motors to the shaft, and all of a sudden what happens is you have to decrease the load from 5 to 4. So you can easily remove one of the shaft or the couplings, and the system will now work for 4 motors. So the system provides you flexibility of use. The another facility is facility for remote control. So it can also provide you for your to control it remotely. Remotely means to control it without wires, or without directly approaching to the system. You can control it by the use of a control panel. The another point or the advantages is transmission of power from one place to other can be done with the help of cable instead of long shaft, etc. So these are the advantages. The other two advantages are the maintenance cost is quite low. It can be started at any time without delay in time. So students, delay in time, I think you must have understood by the time, because as soon as the motor starts operating, the the function of the motor is started at that moment only. So there is no delay time. As soon as the motor is started, it gets into work. So beside these advantages, there are some disadvantages. As obvious, there cannot be only advantages to any system. So here also we are having some disadvantages. So what are these disadvantages? No doubt electric drive is more advantageous, but it has several disadvantages. So let us discuss it one by one. The disadvantages of this electric drives. Electric drive system is tied only up to the electrified area. So students, if the area is not electrified, we cannot use. What do you mean by electrified? That means if there is no electrical connection or supply system, then we cannot use this kind of system. So to make you understand this point better, let me give you an example. Suppose you know railway system run through this electric supply only. Suppose a line is not having electric supply, how the railway will run? It will be run by your diesel engines, or by any coal engine or steam engine in earlier days. So right now these trains are using your diesel as a combustion source. So here also, in this context, this electric drive, if there is no arrangement of electric source, then they cannot run. The second disadvantages is the condition arising under the short circuits, leakage from conductors, and breakdown of overhead conductor may lead to fatal accidents. So if there will be short circuit cases, then there will be very much disastrous, and it may sometimes lead to fatal accidents. That means death may also happen to the persons who are short circuited by this electric lines. So now we will discuss and compare about individual drive and group drive. There are generally large number of machines to be driven in any industries. So it is obvious, students, in a industry there will not be any one or two motors. There will be thousands of or minimum it will be in hundreds of motors, right or not? Because in an industry there will be a number of application, number of departments, and accordingly they will be employing or they will be using different kind of motors. So in industries the motors used will be larger. So in individual drive, each machine and tool is driven by a separate motor. Although in this type initial cost is increased, a group drive, a single motor of large capacity, is to drive a number of machine and tools in the industry. So let me make you understand with the help of a sketch. Suppose this is a motor, right? So what I will do, I have to run another thing with the help of this motor. So you are understanding the motor, the function of the motor is to convert electrical energy into mechanical energy. So this is the shaft of the motor. Now this shaft has to be connected to a system which has to be operated, right or wrong? This will rotate, this shaft will rotate, and uh, this shaft will rotate and will convert this, this electrical energy will be converted to mechanical energy, and the desired work will be carried out. So now this is for your individual drive. Now what happens in group drive, let us discuss with this sketch again. So suppose students, I'll have a motor which is having very high power, you can say, and its shaft is connected to number of small your machines which has to be operated, right? Now what will happen, this single motor, this one is the single motor, right? Due to the power fed in the shaft, this is the shaft, right? So this is the shaft, this shaft is rotated. As a result, it has been coupled to four different shafts, this and this. And what happens next, this revolution or this power is utilized for different applications. So as much application we require, we can convert this single drive into multi drive, and that is known as your group drive, right? So here let me just read it out again so that things will be clear to you. In individual drive, each machine and tool is driven by a separate motor. So each machine will be operated by a separate motor. That means for a single operation you will have a different motor attached to the system. But in a group drive, a single motor of large capacity, that means the power will be higher, is to drive number of machines. That means a single motor will run and its shaft will be coupled to number of other equipments which will be run or which will be working. So by individual drive we understand that we are employing a single motor, but in a group drive a single motor of large capacity is used for a number of machines. So this is the basic difference between individual drive and a group drive. So what are the advantages of group drive? The advantages of the group drive will be the disadvantages of the individual drive. Here in this which we will discuss the advantages of this group drive will be the disadvantages of the individual drive. So what are the initial cost is of this group is less as compared to that of individual drive. So the initial cost of group drive is less as compared to that of the individual drive. So this is again the disadvantages of the individual drive. Now the second point is sequence of operation. Group drive system is useful because all the operation are stopped simultaneously. So here the sequence of operation are useful because all the operation are stopped simultaneously. Why they all will be stopped simultaneously? Because already we have discussed a single motor is used to run different or many machines. So if the source machine is stopped, what will happen? The all the systems or the machines connected to the source machine will be stopped. Space requirement, less space is required in group drive as compared to individual drive. Why? So students, suppose I will have 4 machines to run, and these 4 machines require DC motors. So how many DC motors will be required? 4, if I am using it as a individual drive. Now if I will replace them with a group drive, what will happen? These 4 motors will be replaced by a single motor. So the space required is less or more? Definitely the space required will be lesser. The last point is low maintenance cost. So it requires little maintenance as compared to the individual drive. So the maintenance required will be lesser as compared to the individual drive. Disadvantages of the group drive. So what are the disadvantages? Although the initial cost of the group drive is less, but yet this system is extensively used. So students, this initial cost of group drive is less, but yet this system is not extensively used because of the following disadvantages. So what are the disadvantages? Despite the fact that these are having less cost or cheaper. See, the disadvantages are, the first one is your power factor. Group drive has low power factor, so their power factor is very low. The second one is efficiency. Group drive system, when used and if all the machines are not working together, the main motor cell work at very much reduced load. So students, suppose a machine in group drive is working to run 10 machines in a group drive. Suppose the requirement at a particular moment is reduced to 2 machines. Suppose I will run a big machine for only running 2 machines. So its efficiency will be reduced or not? Suppose these 10 machines has to be run at a particular moment, then the efficiency would have been higher. But as a result, when we are having very few, you can say few loads, what will happen? The efficiency of the total overall system will be reduced. Reliability. In group drive, if the main motor fails, whole industry will come to standstill. So this is another disadvantages. So what is this disadvantage? That if the machine or the main machine fails, then the total other machines which are relied upon this main motor will be by default in standstill. So this is not reliable. Flexibility. Such arrangement is not possible in group drive. That is, this arrangement is not suitable for the place where flexibility is the prime factor. Because here we have already made arrangements for different kinds of motors, so we cannot move the motor according to our will. So it is having less flexibility. Now the other point is speed. The group drive does not provide constant speed. So this is very important. In this system, the speed which we achieve is not constant. So it is again very disastrous, because this kind of uh, I mean which are not constant in speed are very harmful in industries. So we have to take care, or proper arrangement has to be taken to control the speed of the motor. Types of machine. So group drive is not suitable for heavy machines such as cranes, lift and hoist. Why? Because already you know crane, hoist and lifts are the load are varying instantaneously, and that too these loads are very heavier also. So here this group drive is not very effective. Now we'll discuss about the individual drive advantages. Individual drive gives desired operation as each machine is driven by its own individual motor. So this is the advantages of your individual drive. What are the other advantages? The second advantages is the individual motor works at good power factor. So here the power factor is high in case of individual motor. Efficiency of the system is also high. Definitely the efficiency will be higher. Individual drive is more reliable. See students, if a single motor is shut down due to any reason, it can be maintained, or it can be brought back into operation by bringing back a standby motor, and only a single motor will be in shutdown for some hours. You can say, if it is an industry, if it is a very heavier machine, then it may be for some few hours, that is 4 to 5 hours, but not 4 to 5 motors will be at shutdown in a same time, because in group drive a single or main motor, if it has been shut down, then as a result a number of other motors which are connected to this motor will be at shutdown. So if this is a individual drive system, the individual drive will be more reliable. Machines may be fitted wherever convenient. So these machines can be fitted to your convenient places and can perform their job. More useful where constant speed is required. So it is very useful where we require constant speeds. Machine may be fitted wherever convenient. More useful where constant speed is required. Individual drive is most suitable for driving heavy machines such as lifts, hoists and crane, etc. So today we have discussed about your individual drive and group drive, the advantages of group drive, and before starting this individual and group drive, we have understood the types of motor also. We also understood the advantages of the electric drive, the disadvantages of electric drive, and the introduction part we also were aware that while selecting a AC or DC motor, and the type of use which we are having with the kind of motor which we will use. So from today's class we can at least understand some of the theory part and the advantages and disadvantages of this electric drive system, that is individual drive and the group drive. You go through the notes and try to understand these advantages and disadvantages of the group drive and individual drive, because this group drive and individual drive is very important as far as your exams are concerned. So go through them. So thank you students for watching.